All right, hello everybody. We're back for day two of this wonderful journey. Once again, I'm still reading from my book, A Patriot's Journey, Forging Hope, Volume 1. This is actually the second day, so I'll be reading just poems. Yesterday we just went into the intro as well as what I expected, just kind of what to expect from me exactly. Once again, we're just on this journey together and trying to figure it out. So, okay, let's just jump right into it. First poem I'm going to read today is called People. I am dead on the inside, but not on the out. I am thinking I'm going crazy, without a doubt. What does it mean to be dead and alive at the same time? It means I'm not remorseful at all of the time. You look into a mirror, you see a reflection looking back. You realize everything you're missing or starting to lack. You're not questioning every thought that enters your head. You're wondering about your skills and if you'll end up dead. Warriors are fighters, so you'll have to make it through. You'll just have to make a list of things left for you to do. You might get overwhelmed at the list you've made. Remember, it's the sacrifice to America that gets paid. Bottled up, your anger is needed to be released before you have a meltdown and make people deceased. People say I want what's truly best for you, man. Do you think that they can or able to understand? You thank the ones for support and that they care. When you look at their faces, they try not to stare. You get to go home. Battle's over for tonight. All the love and support make it all right. So now my thoughts while I was writing this is people are having breakdowns and lashing out at the ones they love, everyone, because you're just always angry. You're never sure of what's going on in your life because of medications that you're on or messing with your head. People always want to just help no matter what, at what cost though. People support you, at least they say they do, but to what end? Most people support you by just being there for you, like making a sign at the airport when you come back from a deployment, or say you're um, people I know, they show they care by trying to listen to you, and it's a hard concept for them to understand in a lot of cases. Um, because if you haven't been in the military and put your life on the line for a fellow brother or sister, you'll never really true get what it means to sacrifice everything that you have. And people start losing patience with you because you're losing patience with them. People expect you to just be like, oh, hey, are you getting better? And you're like, well, I'm trying. And then pretty soon, a couple weeks go by or a month goes by, and they're like, you better yet? And you're like, no, I'm still working on it. And then all of a sudden, you start realizing that people are starting to get more frustrated with you, and you're just like, you know what? You're getting frustrated with them too because you just are getting sick of them always asking the same questions. And then it turns into, listen, if all you're going to do every time we talk is ask me about this specific thing, we're just going to have problems. So even myself, I stopped talking to a lot of family just because I got sick and tired of them just saying the same crap over and over and over again. And it's like, listen, I am giving all that I can. I'm literally investing 100% of my life, because it is my life, into my wife, my kids, my children. And do I have problems? Yes. Do I have breakdowns? Man, yeah. I can't help it. Sometimes all of a sudden I'll be just sitting here and they'll drop something behind me and just like it'll be a loud bang and I'll kind of just flinch or something. And it gets my heart going and then I'm like, geez, what? I lose my cool. And then they know like something's happening, but I don't talk about it. I don't sit there and explain to them, hey, listen, you know how many times I've been rocketed or mortared or on a daily basis? When I was in Fallujah, within 2 weeks, I think I counted one time, I was up to like 127 times I got rocketed and mortared in 2 weeks. And then the first time I came back home after that deployment, I was walking around Walmart. Dude drops a bag or a big box behind me. Poof, I hit the ground. I grab my wife. I throw her down, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, it's muscle memory to reach for your M4, M9, kind of just looking around. And my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, and I'm still trying to figure out where I'm at and what I'm doing. It's just, it's foreign. You're just so used to doing specific things all the time, and then the norm stops being the norm, and then right when it becomes the norm again, now they send you away again. So then you start this cycle all over again, and it's not very easy on your family because they suffer just as much as you do. And a lot of times I tell, especially my wife, I was like, hey, if you notice the kids are struggling, you need to get them into counseling. They need to know that dad has some issues due to world experiences, not it's them. So, which brings me actually to my next poem, which is I call it Dr. No, because at the time when I was going through depression real bad, um, I just wanted something to stop it from happening. Um, how many times do you think you can cry for like 2 hours straight before you realize, hey, I think something may be wrong with me. So I got this poem, Dr. No, and it's called Pills Everywhere. Taking them all, I don't care. I don't care if it's wrong or right. I'm just getting sick of everyone's sight. Everyone thinks they know what's best for me. They never ask what the problem may be. Doctors think people are just one size fits all. This isn't what med school is. I'm not a practice doll. My doctor says he has such a great team. I know he's full of crap, as it would seem. How can I trust someone so out of touch with me? One more lie and I'll punch him in the throat. And then in the head, you'll see. People think I could just get turned off and on like a light switch, when actually piss me off and I'll bury you in a shallow ditch. Some people have great support groups. Screw most people isn't jumping through hoops. Now just throwing everything in my path looks like a challenge I accept. So be afraid. You guys have to understand that doctors make their business off of giving you drugs. I'm telling you point blank. If you know a veteran, if he's going in for help, ask him what meds he's on. And I guarantee it, he's on at least 4 or 5 different types. So you tell me what normal person, civilian, is on 4 or 5 different types of meds. None. Because it's not common. It's not needed. It's, these people don't care. I'm be honest with you. I don't think they care at all. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about fixing you. They just want to keep seeing you every 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it takes, and then give you more drugs. And then when you say, hey, this isn't really working, they say, oh, guess what? I have this new drug to push on you. And it's like, what? But you're on so many drugs, you're not really thinking properly. So you're just like, all right, cool, man. Hey, if you say it's all good, man, you want to push me on another drug, let's do this. No joke, I was taking 36 pills a day. Not for a week, not for 2 weeks. I did for 2 years straight. 36 pills a day. I took so many pills per day that I would literally pass out at my desk. And people would call my wife telling her that they're afraid I won't make it home because I'm just randomly just falling asleep. And then when I talk, I'm delayed. They think I am, well, for lack of a better term, mentally challenged. Like I would drool constantly, like because literally my brain just didn't know what to do with all the drugs in it, and so it just kind of locked up on itself. And then I dealt with it for 2 years, and then finally I went into the doctor and I said, "Hey, what's the game plan? We gonna wing me off this stuff? Or are we gonna do this? What are we doing?" And he's like, "Well, you know." And then it was that point I realized he's an idiot. And then when I realize you're an idiot, I treat you like an idiot. And then I just start doing things myself because I realize I'm probably smarter than you guys, anyways. I pulled myself off all the drugs. I went through super bad withdrawal. Like it was the most horrible thing I've ever went through my whole life. It lasted like 2 weeks, and then after I was done experiencing it all, the doctor's like, "Oh, hey, you still taking these drugs?" I said, "No, I pulled myself off them all." He's like, it could have killed you. I said, yeah. Taking 36 pills a day could have killed me too. So congratulations. At least I know you're not going to kill me. And he didn't really appreciate that. But I really don't care. So now, as you can tell, I function, well, some of you guys will still say slow, but I'm now at a place in my life where I'm literally only taking stuff for blood pressure because I'm still kind of a hothead. I can admit that. And so my blood pressure does rise a little bit. And then take some muscle relaxers because my body's all beat up and needs to get moving. So, okay, cool. I'm down to only 6 pills a day. And that's because of blood pressure meds and the muscle relaxers. So, hey, man, it's a start. But to caveat that, without taking all these other drugs, now my temper is a little more short. I'm not as tolerable as I probably would be if I was on these drugs. Um, but I say that this is giving my brain a chance to at least figure out how to process things, how to work. I'm going to handle it right the first time, or the second time, or the third time. But eventually, my brain will start saying, hey, this is the norm. If you do this, this is the course of action you need to take in order to make it better. Or, hey, don't do this. Or, hey, if you're going to do this, don't be stupid and get caught doing it. You know? It's like, you got to learn. Um, okay, so that was the 2 poems I had today. People and how they have a timeline. If you don't meet their criterias and you're not getting as well as they want you to get, or they'll start pushing you towards different things like inpatient care treatment. Yeah, okay, no lie. I went to inpatient care treatment twice for 30 days each time. And the only thing they got out of it, or I got out of it, I should say, is a 60-day vacation. Basically, nothing came from it. And I think I may even drove the people that were supposed to be taking care of me crazy. So they might even be in there now because of me. So you're welcome. But all right, once again, hey, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the email. It's forginghopepoetry@gmail.com. I'll answer it. If you guys have any, you know, personal questions, heck, I'll answer anything. I'll open a book. As you can tell, there's a book. I wrote it. I'm open. Don't hesitate to ask. Um, this is going to be a daily thing. I'm going to try to have them out earlier so that way you guys can all see them before your bedtime. Or maybe I'm the only old man that likes to go to bed about 8:39. Whatever. But all right. Look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.